We have an amendment to vote on that is apropos tonight on the presidential election for medical marijuana, which I personally think, no matter how you feel about it, in this particular presidential election, at least there's something on the ballot we have to look forward to. Because let me tell you something right now, I don't give a shit who you're for, Hillary or Trump or even the Libertarians. Whoever gets in, trust me, you are going to need medical marijuana for the next 4 years. Trust me. Even if you don't smoke it now, have the option.
You will.
So what we're going to do is we will do a debate on medical marijuana. And occasionally during the debate, Ken or I will need a word. We will need a word, one of your words. And we will gesture to Kevin. He'll throw the word up on the screen. We have to use it right there. Of course, no matter what that word is, we have to somehow make sense out of it. And that's the way this goes. Ken will be pro-marijuana. Look at him. And I will be con, because that's what happens when you get caught. And ladies and gentlemen, every debate, of course, has a moderator. And what better moderator for our debate than John Novosad, the Hippieman, ladies and gentlemen. So John, hello? There we go. All right, that's good. So John will be in charge of asking questions and running the debate. And so here we go.
Full disclosure, I have tried medicinal marijuana. But welcome to Sarasota Now, and we are going to talk. Is there a program called Sarasota Now?
There is now.
Okay, good. Well, we're going to talk about medicinal marijuana, which is coming up on the ballot November 8th. We have someone who's pro-medicinal marijuana and someone who is con medicinal marijuana. And I would like to start with my question that we probably all grew up about the same time. And so my question is, did you have, and I'll start with you, Les, okay. Did you have family members who smoked marijuana when you were growing up?
No. As a matter of fact, none of my family members really were even familiar with marijuana. The first family member that I ever remember even mentioning marijuana was my Uncle Jug. Uncle Jug, he was a big hunter, and he was out hunting for Jesus one day.
Oh.
Yeah, it was Jesus hunting season. It was right around April. And so he was out hunting for Jesus. Actually, that's not the Jesus, the religious Jesus. That's actually, that would be pronounced Jesus. He was going through the fields there, and what he thought was corn. It wasn't corn at all, and it wasn't marijuana. It was dirty socks. It was a field of dirty socks, and the smell that the dirty socks emitted was the smell of marijuana, because these socks had been actually worn by phantasmagorical motherfuckers.
Oh. He can talk a really long time.
Yeah, and by the way, that's not a profane term. That is an actual tribe.
I'm
Phantasmical motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that tribe, and I have also visited Uncle Jug's convenience stores all across the southeast, and
best growlers in Alabama.
Yeah, but you don't want to buy any socks there.
No.
So, Ken, I'll ask you the same question. Do you have any?
What was the question?
The question was, do you have any family members who have tried marijuana?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Wow.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, okay.
My uncle, my dad, my uncle, his dad, and me, of course.
All right. And your uncle isn't named Jugs by any chance, is he? Wow, that
No.
was funny, but it's not. Okay,
No.
That's all right. So, question number 2 has to do with paraphernalia. You know.
Oh, yeah.
If medicinal marijuana becomes legal, there has to be a way to smoke it. And I know there are paraphernalia laws in Florida. So, Ken, are you in favor of the paraphernalia?
I want as much. I want as many bongs as I can get my hands on. Sometimes in my trailer park, we'll even smoke it out of a cheese doodle. But your hands get all orange, and the police ask questions. It's hard to explain. You know, why are your hands orange? Oh no.
I want to smoke through a cheese doodle.
Well,
I don't think in the average smoking of marijuana, the cheese doodle would last through the smoking.
well, you just smoke it. It's like one little unit. I can usually eat 4 of those, and then I need to lay down. So, woo. Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a munchie and
It's
a
a
smoking device.
It's one of those people that want to get high and don't have a lot of time. Just and then you're done. And so I vote yes. Yes.
I would like to follow up with Ken on the cheese doodle.
Because that's the
question.
first time I've ever heard of
Yeah.
multitasking, smoking and eating.
How much? I mean, it's kind of like the woodchuck thing, but how much weed can you smoke with a bag of cheese doodles?
I've blacked out most of the time before I got all the way through. I just woke up with orange powder all over me, and my hands are sticky, and the dog's licking my testicles.
Wow.
I think I've already proved my point.
Yeah,
That's a hard visual to get out of your head, really. I'm thinking on it about right now. Ugh.
I have another follow-up question.
Sure.
What kind of dog do you have?
Let's just say he fucking likes cheese doodles. How's that?
Watch your
I
language.
call him Skip.
Good enough.
Come on, Skip.
Okay, we're going to move on now to the next question. This one is for you first, Les.
Okay.
And it has to do with the location of medicinal marijuana dispensaries.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
if they legalize it, there are going to be marijuana dispensaries. And what distance do you think they should be from, say, you know, a high school or a middle school?
Okay.
an
Or a trailer
elementary
park.
school? Sure, a trailer park.
I'm not worried about a trailer park
Yeah.
unless there's families there. But of course, I think that a safe distance from a school, from a middle or elementary school, would be at least 100 potholes. I think at least 100 potholes, and that is not a hole filled with pot. Okay.
That's
that-
83 feet in my trailer park.
So I think because the average pothole is about the same size as a sailboat. So you get 100 potholes, that's a lot of distance between your average school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be enough for me.
That's a unique way to measure stuff. I would say.
It started making sense about halfway through for me.
Yeah, well, that's good. At least it started making sense. All right, next up we'll go to Ken, and you know, let's just talk about the National Football League first. You know,
Oh,
but in
yeah.
all sports there are bans on performance-enhancing drugs.
Right.
There's bans on marijuana. Do you think if they prove that marijuana helps with, you know, brain injuries and stuff, that NFL players should be able to smoke weed?
I do.
All right.
I've done a lot of studying on brain damage. And what happens is if you know, I don't know how to say this, fuck up your head really hard.
Watch your language.
Oh, sorry. If you're brain damaged, a joint. I think that was all I had to say.
Let me say it for you. I think you're proving his point a little bit.
Yeah.
But how do you feel about that?
Well, let's go with the NFL right there. Of course, I'm against marijuana, even being out there. But if it was voted through medicinally, we are trying to figure out ways to slow the game down, so that the concussions are not as severe. So possibly, if we allowed only the players that run extremely fast.
The running backs.
Any of them.
That are fast.
Any of them that are extreme. Let's say a player that can run as fast as a debate.
Oh.
Now, when you have a player that can run as fast as a debate, I mean, God, you don't have shit. You don't have nothing. You have a discombobulated, saucy vibrator.
What? How did that happen?
If you've never seen, we've got a player on the Tampa Bay Bucks that actually his nickname is Discombobulated Saucy Vibrator.
Wow.
And you need to slow that son of a bitch down. And pot would do that. So that's one place where I might be for the use of medical marijuana.
Well, then that leads me to my next question, although I do want to know more about the discombobulated saucy vibrator.
I'd like to hear more too. Pique my interest, we'll say.
We're giving one away as a door prize
All
later.
right. The part that
good.
makes it exciting is it's discombobulated. But here's my question then. So I'll ask both of you this,
Okay.
and I'll start with Les this time because we know you're con.
Obviously, she does too.
Yeah. So then, would you agree that there are benefits to medicinal marijuana?
Well, from the research that I've looked at, there is one that I would go with. I mean, there are people out there that have it's a disorder that's called axe murder, and I think we would all agree anything that calms down an axe murderer
Would be good.
would be a good thing. So
Yeah.
that would be the one place. Any axe murderer can have all the pot they want.
Because then they just chop trees, right?
Right.
They won't even remember where their axe is.
It's why I do smoke pot, because I have a lot of inner feelings that makes me want to cut people. And then I'm done, and then I feel like a blue waffle.
All right.
Stay away from the blue waffle.
If you don't know what a blue waffle is, please don't Google search that.
Wow. I do not know what a blue waffle is. So,
You will later.
It works with a discombobulated saucy vibrator.
all right. Well, I think we've all learned a lot about
Yeah.
this
Absolutely.
debate, and I want to, remind everybody to vote on November 8th, whether you're pro or con.
Absolutely.
But I'd also like to give each of you just, say 35 to 40 seconds to kind of wrap up your point. So let's start with Les. Go ahead.
Well, I think it's very important that you do go and vote, and you vote down medical marijuana or any form of the use of it. Do we really need another substance to make us more unstable? We already have alcohol. There are some tranquilizers that doctors give that totally make a person meatballs. I think we've all seen people that have taken prescription medication and totally meatball out. And so people say, oh, it's not that bad. Maybe alcohol is worse for you. Maybe because when you drink alcohol, it actually makes you moist. Do we need more moisture?
Yes.
I think not. I think we have maybe not in Sarasota. Maybe we do need more moisture. But in most places, we have as much moisture as we possibly could want or desire. And so this and possibly the most important thing is it could get into the hands of young people whose brains are not fully developed until they're at least 25 years old. There's a part of their brain that at 24, there's a part of their brain that's called the overactive part of their brain that really wants a lot of stuff. And then if you give it to them, then that part of the brain quickly turns to turns to a shovel. And then we have to send them to fight ISIS.
All right. Well, that was a very compelling argument. And Ken, we're going to give you the last word here on Sarasota.
I'm pretty sure he went over 45 seconds, sir.
Yeah, that's okay.
I didn't hear a buzzer.
Oh, okay. Oh, I heard 3. Well, first of all and lastly, I would like to say, in wrapping up where I am and how I believe, and most of the people in my trailer park, which is where we met later yesterday, and decided I would be the one who could bring this whole idea to a place where it become more accessible for people to take a tampon and roll a joint into that, because that will work too. And then as we got together and we were all just saying, yeah, man, it really should. And we all were like, yeah. We were all doing our arms around kumbaya. Then they said, Shaka Khan, Shaka Khan. And so I'm voting yes.
All right. Well, thank you for tuning in to Sarasota Now. And be sure
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much.
John Novosad, let him hear it.
Ken Sons, ladies and gentlemen. That was enlightening. So we're all going to go vote, aren't we? All right, you go vote, and I just hope this gave you a little more information. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming out. We do have a second show coming up, so I've got a few announcements for you, and then we'll ask you to all get the hell out in an orderly fashion. We have 2 shows tomorrow night and 1 show on Sunday night. So if you know people that will enjoy John's sense of humor, get them out here. Remember, it's with all of our headliners, it's usually at least a year, sometimes a little bit longer before I get the chance to get them back. They're not from around here. Okay. We got great shows coming up. Bobby Slayton next week. Bobby is a legend in the comedy business. Matter of fact, the next 2 weeks are legendary comics. Bobby Slayton, I will tell you, is the pit bull of comedy. Wall Street Journal was quoted as calling him Yid Vicious, armed and dangerous. If you like comedy that is no holds barred, no one is safe, everybody is a target, that is Bobby Slayton. He is outrageous and hilarious. And then the next week, Miss Caroline Ray. Caroline Ray is beautiful. She is fun. She has been on tons of national television and feature films. She's got a new television show coming out. And you may, a lot of people know Caroline from a show called Sabrina the Teenage Witch, of course, where she was Aunt Hildy for so many years. She is the voice on some of the Disney cartoons and just does a ton of stuff. And she's absolutely brilliant. When you leave here after Caroline Ray's show, you're going to hear a lot of personal stories. I mean, you'll really feel like you know her. And you will, but she doesn't want to really be your friend. But you'll think she does. You'll think she does. So we have 2 phenomenal comics over the next 2 weeks. Also on Wednesday, before Caroline Ray, we have Florida's Funniest. Every year, all the top comedy clubs in Florida search for the funniest up-and-coming comic. We've been doing this for 5 years. So on that Wednesday night, it's a qualifying round. If you want to see something unique, come in. You are going to see 12 to 15 comics doing short sets, and that's something you don't normally get to see. A lot of variety. They're all vying for it. They're coming in with their best. That's really a cool thing. And then also coming up very soon, I'm not sure which Sunday it is. I think it's coming up in a couple of Sundays. Ladies and gentlemen, something that you won't want to miss, Drag Queen Bingo. That's right, right here at McCurdy's. Right here at McCurdy's, we have bingo run by drag queens. And these aren't light-footed drag queens. These are big bastards. I mean, they're big son of a bitch. They're big, heavy-footed drag queens. Like, don't fuck with them. You know what I mean? They're fun, they're funny, they're outrageous. They fill the place up every time. You actually play bingo. You for real play bingo. And when you win, you win a prize that a drag queen will give you. that's what you win. It's well worth it. Well worth it. A lot of fun, super fun. We've been doing it for a while, like I say, always packed in here for Drag Queen Bingo. And then, if you want to learn comedy, we've been teaching, that's the Humor Institute. Ken and I have been teaching comedy for well over 30 years. We've had over 3,500 people go through our classes. Some of them, as we speak, are nationally touring performers. Most of them are not. Most. The way vast majority. Not even close. But I will say this. It's a boot camp. It's an immersion program. It's 3 classes. It's 15 hours. Ken and I directly work with you on getting you a little 3 to 5 minute set to perform up here. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, and it's about an experience. You walking up here and getting laughs and having that experience, and that's what's going to happen. 98% of the people that walk on this stage for the very first time have a good to great experience. The other 2% don't fucking listen. And I think you know those people. So if you're the type of person that's sitting there right now going, I've always wondered what that's like, or one step further, I've always wanted to do that, do it. Take the class, we teach it once a month, come up here, have this experience. It's awesome, it's awesome. Now I will say this, I want to discount this. I've had people come up to me and go, I'll bet getting up there for the first time and getting that first big laugh when you plan it and it happens is better than sex. And I can assure you, it is not. And if you think it might be in your case, you need to take this class. We got to figure that shit out. Okay, for real, for real. I'm telling you right now, if any woman in here approached any one of the 3 of us before the show and said, we'll blow you in the parking lot, we wouldn't even have done the show. No. Why? We're doing this to get blown in the parking lot. That's why we do this. Take that home with you. As a matter of fact, we have a class this next Wednesday. There's 6 people. We have a great headliner, but we do have 6 people doing a little short set. So if you're thinking about doing it, come see the class perform. They'll all do great, and it'll give you a lot of confidence to go on and do it yourself. Something that I'm doing we do a lot of fundraisers and we do a lot of things. Well, I've been asked for several years to do this particular fundraiser. It's for the Community AIDS Network, raising money for people who have that disease and are in need, and it's statewide, and they do Dancing with the Stars. Ladies and gentlemen, on October 22nd, Michael's on East, Les McCurdy in tight pants and a really awesome shirt will be dancing his ass off. Yes, I will. That's exactly right. And my partner looks just about like that. That's the reason I hope it never ends. No, it's going to be great. If you're interested in coming to this event, it is by far the most fun fundraising event. It's a little pricey, but it's dinner and it's open bar, and then you just seeing me in tights is well worth the shit. And then afterwards, I can assure you, we are all going to get fucked up. That's coming up. And I'm looking at this crowd going, when is he going to stop talking? Very soon, very soon. I think I hit everything. Kevin, is there anything that I've missed? The
open mic and Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, that's right. Open mic night every other Tuesday in the green room. It's a lot of fun to see the newbies. And then Cards Against Humanity. How many people by applause have played Cards Against Humanity? A lot of you have not. Check it out. Check it out. It's one of the most fun games. It's outrageous. It's politically incorrect to the 10th power. So you Trump people will love that. It is outrageous. But it is great fun. And I'm going to tell you, everybody here will tell you that's played it. Everybody that's played it, tell me if this isn't true. Every time you play this game, you laugh as hard as you've ever laughed in your life. Am I not shitting you? Absolutely. It is the funniest thing. The things that are said will just literally blow your mind. Well, we are the only, very first ever Cards Against Humanity tournament. We started it about 4 months ago. We have one more qualifying round. It is next Tuesday. Anyone's welcome to come. Well, we talked about you doing that just recently. And you get a team of 4 to 6 people. Costs you $25 for your team to go in. If you come as an individual and there's an open slot, they'll place you in a team. Teams go against each other. We have a card czar that picks the winner of each round. And the 2 top teams will go on to the finals in October. We already have 8 teams that have qualified, and the winner is going to win $1,500 in cash and prizes. That's $1,500 in Wednesday night tickets to McCurdy's for the rest of your life. What is that worth to you? No. $600 in cash, and then there's going to be a lot of great prizes, probably more than $1,500 worth. So if you're into that game, come on down on Tuesday night. It starts at 7 o'clock. We open the doors at 6:30. Get your team together. Come down. You play for 1 hour, and then there's a winner. And I know, and also for those of you who enjoy the Jones and Crane show, David Jones is going to be the card czar for our finals. So we're very excited about that. So as you leave here tonight, we have a brand new place that just opened up right across the street with music, and I think they're specializing in jazz and blues and that sort of thing. If you want to go check it out, they've totally remodeled the inside. So take a walk over and poke your head in there and enjoy right in this area. We got a lot of great stuff to do. 80% of all people that laugh the way you did tonight because of what laughter does to your entire being are known to have a beautiful sexual experience within 2 to 4 hours of this very experience. 70% of those people are generally alone. So basically, all you have to do is just stay awake, okay? Thanks for coming out, everybody. See you soon. Good night.